Hi there, so today I'm just going to draw a death worm. I've drawn these before, but I don't think I've actually done a video on it. Now, drawing a death worm, I usually like to draw them in like a curled up sort of a shape. It looks a bit more interesting than just like a straight line, something like that. Almost like a curly turd. That's the only thing I can describe it as, really. But yeah, so I usually do the shape like that. You can draw it in different ways, but usually like the death worm is based on like the Mongolian death worm, which I'm not actually sure if that does exist. I don't know if it's I'm not quite sure, like a fictional sort of thing, or it actually does exist. But there are worms like this, with the teeth at the top of the head of the worm. So that's more like a death worm, really. And so I'm just like laying down the pencil, obviously, trying to work out the flow of the lines before I ink it. This won't be actually a detailed drawing like my other drawings, but I'll try and add some detail to it just to show you. I was just like inking the outlines. This is the bit that I always do, try and just follow a lot of the pencil lines that I've done. Just clean up a few things along the way, maybe draw some things that I didn't really put there, mainly like other little details, and just try and expand on it and solidify, the outline of it. I think with drawing these worms, it is best to do like the curved lines, sort of like this. It just shows a bit of form to the whole thing, really. So we've got the teeth there right at the top, and the rest is just about trying to add like a lot of the curved lines, and there's going to be a bit of texture there, but just to show a bit of shadow, a bit of form to the creature, this death worm. There are different ways you can draw these. You don't have to draw it this particular way that I've drawn it. This is only an example that you can probably follow. It's entirely up to you how you draw it, really. I like ink pen clogs sometimes. It's a thing with the gel ink pens. So yeah, we're continuing that curved line just to try and show there is some sort of form to this, and it is like a moving sort of worm, so them curves really help, and then start to like introduce a little bit of texture in there, here and there. You can take your time with this if you wanted to. I'm just sort of like hurrying this process up. Just add some more drips and stuff. That's an important thing to do. Now the next bit, I think, is just adding like lots of shadow. I always start around the mouth area because then you can like make the teeth stand out more with a darker area there, and just because the teeth on the worm is the bit that I want you to focus on, really, because it's sort of an unusual thing to have on a worm. These are like death worms, so you want to make them a bit different from normal garden worms, anyway. So what I usually do is like shadow underneath. I do this on most of my drawings. Obviously I usually like take my time, but with this I was just like hurrying up just to try and add a bit of shadow and a bit of texture underneath, just to help create like the structure of the thing, and it just creates a bit of depth to the drawing as well. It doesn't look as flat as this line drawing, so we just create some shadowed bits underneath. And we're obviously like sort of thinking that the light is coming from the top somewhere, so that's why you always do like the shadows underneath. I'm just using like just like lines and scribbles and whatever else, you know, just to show the texture and stuff like that. I used to draw these quite a lot. I need to draw some more of them. Maybe some more variations could be a good idea in the future. But yeah, these death worms. As long as you get the front of the head, you know, with the teeth correct, the rest sort of like follows anyway. Like I said, you can take your time with this death worm drawing. This is just the basics of, I guess, a sketch, ink sketch, just to, you know, get an idea of drawing these things. And once you've drawn quite a few, you know, different ways and stuff, you can draw them many different ways, or you could start to add like little legs on them, like little centipedes or something. I don't know. You could do all sorts. There's totally like not just one variation. You can draw them differently, or you could draw the end of the head a bit more longer with like teeth and stuff like that. You can do like different ideas. This is just an idea, hopefully, just to get you started, really. Just to, if you're not used to drawing these things or something, it's always good just to get some ideas from someone else who does stuff like this. So hopefully it's going to be of use to this video, just drawing basic death worms. And I just think of other things you could add to, you know, these death worms as you go along. Like I said, maybe a lot of people do like a bone structure that's on the outside, which can look quite cool for a death worm. You could have like spikes on it, or like a spiked type spine or something. That'll look quite interesting, but it's entirely up to you. As long as you get the structure correct and the way they're drawing the curved lines, like I've drawn here, as long as you just get that basic way of creating these little creatures, then you can add whatever you want to them as well. So these worms are good, like just like tentacles really, but like obviously like with a like teethed head. If I was taking my time, I would probably add some thick black lines like underneath, just to help with that texture. But the end result was fine, which will be soon. Just going over certain areas. If there's any overlap, like there is on there with the body, underneath will be darker because it'll be put under a bit of shadow. So you just, you know, the bit under the top bit there where it crosses over there, that'd be a lot darker. So probably add a bit more there, but this is basically it really. Just figure out drawing these things different ways, different angles. Hopefully you can, I don't know, just try and figure things out. Yeah, so I hope this video has helped. I want to do more longer videos like these, so or maybe I could do like an advanced death worm drawing, more details, things like that. It's nice to do these short videos, but I also realise it's nice to do like longer videos and things like that, so I'll be working on more of these. Could have worked on this a little bit more, but I think you get the idea with this death worm. Anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers now.